Picture this: a person juggling multiple tasks at once, their attention divided among emails, phone calls, and a looming deadline. It's a scene many of us are familiar with in today's fast-paced world. Multitasking, once hailed as the key to productivity, is now being exposed for what it truly is: a myth. Studies suggest that our brains aren't wired to handle multiple tasks simultaneously. Instead, we switch rapidly between tasks, causing inefficiency and preventing us from entering a state of flow, the optimal state of consciousness where we're fully immersed in our work and performing at our best. But what's the impact of multitasking on our productivity and long-term success? It's not pretty. Not only does multitasking reduce efficiency in the short term, but it also hampers our ability to achieve our long-term goals. By spreading ourselves too thin across multiple tasks, we fail to master any of them effectively. So, what's the alternative? The power of focus. Advocates for focusing on one thing at a time argue that success requires singleness of purpose. Instead of trying to do everything at once, we should prioritize fewer tasks for maximum impact. Take, for example, Sarah, a marketing manager with a dozen projects on her plate. She used to pride herself on her ability to multitask, but she found that she was constantly stressed and never fully satisfied with her work. Then, she decided to try focusing on one project at a time. The result? She entered a state of flow, where she was fully engaged and productive. Her work improved, and she achieved better outcomes in less time. But focusing on one thing at a time isn't just about productivity, it's also about achieving clarity and progress. By prioritizing our top goals in life and focusing our efforts on what truly matters, we can make better decisions and move closer to our desired outcomes. Think of it like this. Imagine you're juggling glass balls, each representing an important aspect of your life: family, health, friends, and integrity. If you try to juggle too many balls at once, you're bound to drop one or more. But if you focus on balancing just a few balls at a time, you can give each one the attention it deserves. That's where the idea of a success list comes in. Instead of a traditional to-do list filled with mundane tasks, a success list is short and purposefully created around extraordinary results. It helps us prioritize tasks that are aligned with our personal values and goals, making it easier to focus our energy on what truly matters. Take John, for example, a sales executive who was constantly overwhelmed by his long to-do list. He decided to create a success list instead, focusing on the top 3 tasks that would have the biggest impact on his sales targets. By intentionally allocating his energy towards these tasks, he was able to avoid being pulled in multiple directions and make significant progress towards his goals. But perhaps the most powerful aspect of focusing on one thing at a time is the speed and efficiency with which we can achieve our goals. When we're not constantly switching between tasks, we can devote our full attention and energy to the task at hand, leading to faster and more efficient results. So, the next time you find yourself tempted to multitask, remember the power of singular focus. By prioritizing your top goals, balancing your priorities, and intentionally allocating your energy, you can achieve clarity, make progress, and ultimately, reach your full potential. Please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing with friends to support our channel.